First with breaking news. First with new information. Plus, your First Alert forecast. 19 News starts now.
We are an hour away from kicking off the largest construction project in Northeast Ohio history. Good afternoon. Thanks for joining us first at 4. I'm Nicole Versansky. Brian Duffy is off today. Brook Park and the Browns are buzzing. Brittany Weir is live at the stadium site. Brittany, the stadium is going to make Brook Park a major destination, not only here in Northeast Ohio, but throughout the region.
Yes, it's going to be a major project here for everyone in Brook Park. And as we're just an hour away from that groundbreaking, more and more people are showing up here to the site. But we have someone very special with us here right now. That is the mayor of Brook Park, Edward Orcutt. Thank you so much for joining us here live. So this day, it has been about 2 years in the making. So much work, so much paperwork going into this. How are you feeling right now standing here today?
Well, first, I'd like to welcome everybody to Brook Park. We're a special town. We're feeling great. This is a historical day, not only for the city of Brook Park, but for the state of Ohio.
And we've got this massive tent here behind us, a big stage up front. We know we've got 3 panel discussions, a lot that's going to be kind of explored here today. What's something that the Browns fans should know or should take away from today?
Well, today is going to be the first step of us showing them publicly what the stadium's going to look like and exactly what the experience will be for them when they get here. And that's exactly what we're trying to do here in Brook Park, is enhance that fan experience.
And I know this is going to have a major impact not only on the businesses that are going to come here to the site, but the businesses that already exist here in Brook Park. Talk to me about that and kind of that feedback you've been getting from the community.
It's been very positive. You know, we've been very transparent with everybody here in the city, and we've had nothing but positive feedback. But we've also heard nothing but positive feedback, too, from other businesses. And I think people are starting to catch on to the idea that when we do host major events like a possible NCAA championship, that it'll be something for the region to be able to celebrate, and it'll bring a lot of commerce to the area, and we're excited about all of that as well.
Alrighty, and lastly, what are you looking forward to the most with today's groundbreaking ceremony?
It shows that the dominoes are starting to fall, that we're actually making great progress. It's something that we've spent a lot of time with the attention to detail on this project, and it's just really exciting to get to this point. There is more work in front of us, but today is just one day that we can, settle down and relax and celebrate.
Where you can finally celebrate all that hard work your team has put in.
Exactly.
Well, thank you so much for joining us here today. I know you've got a lot of people that want to talk to you, a lot going on here in just an hour, so thank you so much. And again, guys, that groundbreaking, it does start at 5 p.m. today. We will be live streaming it on 19 News Plus, but we'll have another live interview from here in Brook Park coming up at 4:30. So for now, live in Brook Park, Brittany Weir, 19 News.
Brittany, thank you. And as Brittany mentioned, we have continuing coverage throughout the afternoon, from the official groundbreaking ceremony to the economic impact, the fan experience, like the mayor was talking about. Our live team coverage continues in just a few moments, getting more reaction from local businesses.
Now your 19 First Alert forecast. Certified most accurate since 2004.
All right, it has turned very beautiful, at least sky condition wise, across a lot of parts of Northeast Ohio this afternoon. Lots of deep blue sky. North wind, though, you can see it creating a little bit more of that wave action along Lake Erie. That's helping to keep things just a little bit cooler than where we should be for this time of the year as we wrap up April. Couple spotty showers basically moving through our southeastern counties right now. A lot of this will continue to fizzle out here over the next couple of hours. And the main trend, especially through this evening, is that we would stay largely dry. I can't rule out a stray shower, but again, it's got this cooler, kind of drier air feel, especially if you're going to be spending any time outdoors next few hours, thanks to that northwest wind. That said, we're not completely done with the rain chance, I don't think, here over the next 24 hours. Even though I think our forecast trends dry through the evening, we're going to gradually see some of those clouds increasing over the next several hours, west to east, predominantly through the overnight, and then you'll start to see our next system coming in, which does give us rain to start off Friday. I'll walk you through the rest of the end of the work week and the weekend coming up.
This is a 19 First Alert breaking traffic alert.
A major crash on 480 westbound after 252 had shut down that part of the highway, but drivers are actually going off the on-ramp. So you're taking a live look where these drivers who are not supposed to be heading in that direction are going off of 480 westbound because they were trying just to get off of the highway. Now, ODOT will hopefully continue to turn that camera around so you can see that we have drivers filling up the ramps in the wrong direction. Very dangerous here as that highway looks like it had just reopened. But this is on 480 westbound again after Great Northern Boulevard, after 252. And let me bring you here so you can see the stop and go traffic that is accumulated right to that. Now, this crash is just reopened, but we have some dangerous driving conditions there. So be extra careful if you're about to be heading anywhere in that area of Great Northern Boulevard, as we have some of those wrong way drivers and speeds that are very slow leading up to that area of 252 on 480 westbound, not just around Great Northern. As ODOT, are you going to turn the camera? Hopefully, but we have West 220th Street area drivers who are still very slow on the speeds. If you're about to be heading that way, you could expect to have at least an extra 10 to 15 minutes tacked onto your drive.
Search warrants carried out at the Lorain County Administration Building and the county's 911 center. The Sheriff's Public Corruption Unit was on the scene. 19 Investigates Mike Mason just got an update. He joins us live now with what he knows. What was this search about, Mike?
Well, during the press conference, they told us that it was about contracts and fraud, and it's mainly surrounding the 911 dispatch center. Sheriff Jack Hall is not telling us exactly who the target of the criminal investigation is, but I can tell you that about 6 weeks ago, a dispatcher was indicted for running unauthorized personal searches in the system, and we're told it's connected to that person in part, but investigators are also looking into more than just that. They say it involves more than one person or one company. I asked if it had to do with the consulting company that commissioners hired to run the dispatch center, and they confirmed that it was. Now let's listen into what they had to say during the press conference.
Types of information we are seeking pertain to a variety of different contracts that pertain to the county and the county 911 center. Don't want to get into specific individuals or specific companies, but we have reason to believe that there's been fraud committed related to some contracts related to the 911 center.
When you could have multiple targets of investigation, when you have a lot of paperwork, when you have a lot of data to go through, it'll take time to do that. A lot of times a search warrant is your best opportunity to make sure that you get all the information that you need. And again, this is nothing political. This is simply police work, and we have to make sure that we follow all of the leads of where the case takes us.
And once again, the Public Corruption Unit here at the Lorain County Sheriff's Office serving search warrants at 2 county buildings, the Administration Building and the 911 Dispatch Center. We are not told who the target is for the criminal investigation, but as soon as we get more information, we'll of course let you know. Reporting live in Lorain County, Mike Mason, 19 News.
Mike, thank you. Hard to imagine anything worse than a child's death caused by his own parents. A jury deliberated that very question today at the Justice Center. What did the jury decide after listening to all the evidence, guilty or not guilty? Our Harry Boomer joins us there now with the jury's decision.
You know, Nicole, losing a child is devastating. Intentionally causing your child's death, well, that is criminal. A jury today saw it that way upstairs in Judge Kevin Kelly's courtroom. This is our Pugh and John Town. They were convicted today in the death of their 11-year-old son, Hunter.
They did no life-saving measures.
Hunter died in an extended stay hotel room in Independence back in January of 2024. According to the medical examiner's office, the child's death was caused by caregiver medical neglect. Hunter suffered from Hirschsprung's disease and other health issues since birth. His parents' attorneys tried but failed to cast doubt on how and why he died.
Every time your answer is maybe, probably, could have, should have, that's not the standard that the state has to prove.
The jury that sat in these seats convicted the pair on all counts, which included murder, endangering children, felonious assault, permitting child abuse, involuntary manslaughter, and tampering with evidence. Both of his parents are scheduled to be back in court on June 1st to learn their fate. That is how much time they would spend behind bars for causing the death of the son, Hunter. At the Justice Center, I'm Harry Boomer, 19 News.
A grand jury indicted a Las Vegas man on murder charges accused of a deadly crash that left one man dead and injured 3 others. Police say Zaid Alamin stole a car, sped away, causing the deadly crash. This was on West 150th and Lorraine Avenue Friday. James Michael Cook of Fairview died. Alamin is locked up on a $50,000 bond. Brook Park is about to become one of the most talked about cities in Ohio. The Dome Stadium project is now a reality with the groundbreaking in about 45 minutes. First at 4, Catherine Huntley joins us with how businesses are bracing for a Browns boom.
In just a few years, these streets will be filled with football fans. 3, 2. In just a few years, these streets will be filled with football fans on game day, and businesses here in Brook Park say they can't wait for kickoff.
I think it will bring a bunch of business here. I think it will also create more opportunities, job opportunities in the local area.
James Worthy is the kitchen manager at the Daily Cafe and Bakery. He's excited for the future of the Dome in Brook Park. He's ready for the challenge of more customers and how it's going to put Brook Park on the map.
People show love to Cleveland all the time. People show love to Parma all the time. But like here, it feels like it just needs the love. We're just missing that one piece. And I feel like this piece is going to bring everybody together. And I love that for Cleveland. And I love that for Brook Park.
The Dome project is expected to bring tens of thousands of people, not just on game days, but for concerts and other major events. The owner of Brookgate Barbershop is counting down the days until the doors officially open.
I'm excited. It's a happy moment. It'll change a little bit of the dynamic of the city, of the area.
The barbershop has been there for decades. Now they say they're ready to give Browns fans and anyone else a fresh look while in town.
We may have to open 7 days a week now. And we're at 6 days a week, so I mean, hopefully we'll get that chance and opportunity to get players and the crowd, the fans and stuff like that.
And these businesses won't have to wait long. The Browns expect the stadium to be open in time for the 2029 football season. In Brook Park, Catherine Huntley, 19 News.
This new era for the Browns means a new show dedicated to the changes. You can watch the first episode of our new show, Stadium Spotlight, streaming on 19 News Plus tomorrow night at 6:30. Well, the Cavaliers are hosting an official watch party for Game 6. It's in Toronto against the Raptors. Tip-off is at 7:30 tomorrow night, but the watch party here begins at 6:30 at Jolene's Honky Tonk. That's on East 4th Street. Thanks to the win last night, we needed that. The Cavs hold a 3-2 game lead over the Raptors in the best-of-7 series. A couple 19 recall alerts to tell you about. First, we have Thermos Stainless King 3000 and 3020 food jars, and then Thermos Sportsman 310 food and beverage bottles. So here's what's happening. If food or beverages are stored in these containers for a long period of time, that stopper can forcefully pop open. There have been injuries. More than 8 million are being recalled. You can contact Thermos for a fix or a replacement. Next up, we have the Stephen Baby Boo Bunny and Friends children's toys. The toy's plastic cube can break into small parts or sharp edges. Not good for babies. The company that makes them is CBC Group. There have been 20 reports of the toy's cube breaking, including one that actually resulted in a child swallowing sharp pieces. You can contact Stephen Baby for a refund or a store credit.
Now your 19 First Alert forecast. Certified most accurate since 2004.
19 First Alert meteorologist Erica Page joins us once again. Some much cooler temperatures this weekend. I mean, it turned out to be a pretty decent looking day today.
Yeah, looks can be, though, a little deceiving this time of the year. Let's walk you through exactly where we kind of stand because, yes, you're starting to get a little bit of sunshine in here. Some clouds will still be around the area. That's inevitable as we kind of head through the rest of the day today. But your rain chance is largely starting to diminish. We've got a few showers out there, but for the most part, it's relatively quiet. But we have another system just west of Chicago that's going to keep the rain chance around. It's also going to keep this cooler air around as well. We've talked about that northwest wind and how that's going to help to secure these unseasonably cold temperatures to wrap up April. And the thing is, we're not going to see a large increase in that temperature as we begin the first couple of days of May. So let's take you through the overnight increase in clouds, the big story. If you're farther south under clearing skies or even out to the east, your temperature could easily fall into the 30s headed into early tomorrow. But you're going to kind of negate that cooler start somewhat with the incoming rain chance across our area. So it should help to kind of keep us a little bit more mild and prevent our temperature from completely bottoming out. I do think when you look at Friday as a whole, it's the morning time frame that brings us the most widespread rain. Any more organized shower that we'll see develop not only through the morning or into the afternoon could have a little bit of graupel mixing in just because of where our temperatures are sitting. But again, you're going to have that northwest wind. You're going to pick up a little bit of moisture off of Lake Erie. It's possible you still have 1 or 2 showers around for Friday evening plans. Not everybody will see rain, but just keep that in mind. Same can be said for Saturday. We still are under the influence of that northwest wind. So yes, a couple spotty showers, not a washout to start off the weekend.
Now to your top 4 at 4. The Browns officially break ground on the new Huntington Bank Field in Brook Park in just under an hour. Owners Jimmy and Dee Haslam will be joined by NFL Commissioner Roger Goodell and Governor Mike DeWine. Panel discussions will follow. We'll bring it to you live everywhere at 5. Akron police arrest a suspect just 14 years old in connection to the shooting of 2 other 14-year-olds. It happened in the North Hill neighborhood last Friday. 2 14-year-olds were shot at a home on West Salome Avenue. They were rushed to Akron Children's Hospital and were told they're going to be okay. The suspect is in the Summit County Juvenile Detention Center. A driver now charged in a crash that killed a Canton police officer. Garth Haynes is facing vehicular manslaughter charges in connection to the November 10th death of Officer David Wolgamott. The 47-year-old officer was on his way to work when he was hit. Wolgamott was a 19-year veteran of the police force. Gas prices hit a 4-year high as oil prices surge up 42% since the start of the war with Iran. According to AAA, the national average price of regular gas stood at $4.30 a gallon, $4.46 here in Ohio, the highest price since July 2020. The recent jump means the cost is up 21 cents in just the last week. Some experts are warning that a combination of factors may keep prices from coming down anytime soon.
We make the switch over from winter blend gasoline to summer blend gasoline, which is more expensive to make and more expensive for us to purchase at the pumps.
The busy summer travel season is also coming up, likely pushing up demand. And it comes as uncertainty surrounding the war in Iran pushes oil prices higher. Well, we are looking for the cheapest fill-ups in the area with the help of Gas Buddy. Right now, the BP on Hilliard in Rocky River is the cheapest in Cuyahoga County. When we last checked, it was $3.97 a gallon. The Gas and Go on West 25th is selling for $3.99, and the Marathon in Sheffield Village also $3.99. If you are a member of Costco, Sam's Club, or BJ's, places like that, you could get gas even cheaper. Breaking at this hour, the Texas summer camp where 28 people, most of them young girls, died last summer in flooding, is scrapping plans to reopen this summer. Camp Mystics leaders announced they are withdrawing their application for a 2026 camp license. The announcement follows an investigation by Texas lawmakers. It laid out a grim assessment of Camp Mystics leaders' actions during the flooding. Also breaking, the House of Representatives passed a bill to fund the Department of Homeland Security. The bill now heads to the president's desk. Once President Trump signs it, the 76-day shutdown of the department will end. The department has been shut down since February 14th. Continuing coverage now, we are less than a half hour away From a historic moment, breaking ground on a new Brown Stadium in Brook Park. Brittany Weir has covered this story extensively for weeks, for months. She joins us live again for more on what we should expect tonight and then, of course, into the future. Brittany.
Yes, Nicole, it is a big day here in Brook Park. One many people, and myself as well, have been waiting for is the official groundbreaking ceremony. It's going to kick off here in just about 30 minutes. We've got a big tent here with the big stage, got a lot of special guests coming out here today to talk to everyone. But who we have right now is J.W. Johnson, managing partner for the Haslam. So thank you so much for joining us here today.
Thank you so much. Yeah, great to be here.
Yeah, it's a nice sunny day out here. We've got all the construction vehicles right where this big stadium is going to be. So tell me, how are you feeling knowing that we have officially reached this groundbreaking?
Yeah, this is beyond exciting. It's a monumental day for Haslam Sports Group, for the Cleveland Browns, for our family, and for this city and this region. I mean, to have the most eastward dome in all of professional sports, and to have this great asset for our community for years to come. We're beyond excited, and we're just glad that this day is finally here with all the work that we put into it.
And I know we've got a lot of big names here at the groundbreaking. We've got Governor DeWine. I saw him just show up.
Yep.
We've got
he's here as well, which is great.
Yeah, and then NFL Commissioner Roger Goodell, he's coming too. What does it mean to you guys to have all these people out here showing you the support?
Yeah, it's great. I mean, obviously the governor and the whole state and lots of people were very influential and helpful in getting this project done. So we couldn't be here without the help and support of the state. And then obviously having the commissioner here is great. Obviously this is a big deal for the National Football League to be able to have all these new buildings that are coming online here. Obviously Tennessee coming on pretty soon, and then us here in 2029. So we're great to have the support of the league. We're great to have the support of the state, and obviously it's great support of our fans in this community about this project.
And I know one of the panels you're going to be discussing the fan experience.
Yeah.
Talk to me about how this new stadium is going to heighten that fan experience and what the fans can expect in 2029.
Yeah, so everything we've done is centered around the fans. I mean, they're the ones that are going to drive this building when they come in, have their passion. Our fans are the most passionate, loyal fans in all of sports, and we're excited for them to come in and see this building. And I think, once they get in there and see, have that wow moment of what this will feel like for them, it's going to be incredible. I mean, the Dog Pound is not just a section, it's a true loyal fan base, but the Dog Pound is going to be totally reimagined with the steepest fan rake in all of professional sports. We're going to have the visiting team tunnel is going to be right next to the Dog Pound to make it opposing for them. We're also going to make sure that we don't get rid of the tailgating process that our fans love and enjoy, so they'll have their own dedicated parking lot, come right into the Dog Pound. So everything we're doing is going to be fan-centric, and we're just excited for people to see it, and once it finally comes to life, for them to enjoy it for years to come.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for joining us here today and taking time to talk to us. We really do appreciate it. But again, guys, that groundbreaking, it is kicking off at 5. We will have it live for you on 19 News Plus, so make sure to keep an eye out for that. But for now, live in Brook Park, Brittany Weir, 19 News.